Alright guys, I'm over at the machine and I might have solved my lighting problem. If you've been following me, you know I have issues with this stuff. So I'm going to hope that I opened up the window in the back and for some reason it's letting me see the screen just fine. So let's go with it. Retrieve data is what we're going for. Oh, no, you don't have to turn off. Why does that happen every time? Okay, we're going to choose the computer. And here is our design, okay? And it's really nice and it's ready to go, except for the fact that with HTV, if you do not mirror it, you will get a design that looks like this. So everything will be backwards. And because there is a name on it, if it doesn't have a name and it's not directional, it doesn't really matter. But if there's like, you know, any kind of wording or anything like that, you want to go in here to edit. So excited you can still see this. Object edit. And then you want to go over here to right to this button and that will turn it right around. Okay. And so we're also working with a very small piece of fabric. Who says that? I need some kind of, I don't have a ruler or anything. Oh, it's so annoying. So anyways, our workspace looks like it's going to be about, I'm just going to use my mat to measure it. We have about 7 inches wide and then really long, but we're not going to make it that big. Let's make it 4 inches wide max. It's on a little onesie, so thanks for sticking with me while I did that real quick. We'll go right here, and this is where we can change the size. We're going to go down here, and it's going to be between 4 and 5. So that's probably pretty good. Okay, and I haven't got my mat loaded or anything like that yet, but we're going to click OK. OK, and choose OK, and that's all that we have to do. Well, actually, we're gonna scan in our background. So hold on one second. Let's move this to the back. Let's zoom you guys out. Okay, have my machine. And what we're using today is the same thing we used yesterday, is Caesar EasyWeed heat transfer. And I'll put a link for the for my Amazon affiliates. And all that is just a link that you can buy through me, and I'll get a little commission, and it is little, so. But I don't get any kind of information on what you specifically bought or who bought what or anything like that. So it does help me continue to be able to do YouTube instead of have to go back to work. So if you go through that to buy Caesar, it just helps me. But you can always just go on to Amazon. Just go straight to Amazon and type in S-I-S-E-R. That's how it's spelled, and it's pronounced Caesar, but it's spelled Sicer. Okay. Now whenever we place it onto the mat, we need to place it shiny side down. Oh, I didn't even measure this. That was really dumb. Oh, but I have plenty. Woo! Thank goodness. I'm going to put it right in the middle. I just kind of like watching it work in the middle for some reason. Something with my brain. And so you don't have to put it down with the squeegee, but you can. I think I'm going to do that because it looks like the edges are a little wonky. Oh, and I did it. Oh my gosh, you guys. I haven't woke up yet. Okay, we're going to put this right here. Up here. Remember, I just said to put it glossy side down, and then you guys watched me. You must have been either cracking up or screaming at the screen, or if you're like me, you didn't even notice. All right, so let's go ahead and open the dust cover on the machine. Get our machine loaded. It's okay, sissy. There's nothing going on. Sorry about my dog. If there's any kind of human activity outside, she has to see it and scream about it. And somebody explained to me recently that their cat had fear of missing out. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's my dog. So from here, let's go back up to the screen. And we're going to choose this button right here and start. And this is just going to scan our material in the background so that we can perfectly place the design onto the material and not have any questions about whether it's going off the edge, whether it fits, whether we have enough material or anything. It is the main reason I bought this machine over the others. Okay, so we can't see our design because it fits in there somewhere. But if we had just let it go, part of it would have cut off the edge. So we're going to go ahead and move it up here to the top. And we're going to click OK. We're going to please select. We're going to choose cut. I've already done test cuts with this stuff yesterday, so I had to do some, using the auto blade didn't work. It didn't cut it all the way through. So go in here, if this happens to you, go in here and you can change the cut speed, cut pressure, cut amount, all of that stuff. Right here we have half cut on because we don't want it to also cut the clear plastic. That you want that to stay on there. You want it to look like this. So you only want it to cut half of it. So we have the half cut on, but I had to bump up my half cut pressure to 3. All right, so we'll click OK. And now, and my speed is at 4. We'll choose start, and it says about 4 minutes it should take to cut. So I'll be back with you guys when this is done cutting. Okay, so when it's done, you'll get this screen that says okay, that you're finished cutting and it's okay. And I'm okay. I'm glad it's done. I don't think it's really asking if I'm okay. All right, so we're going to gently peel this off of our mat. And we're going to set it all aside. Okay, and I don't think I explained why you need to mirror it. So when you cut, we have to cut the actual stuff that's going to stay on the shirt, and that's this stuff. This is the HTV. And the plastic is a high heat plastic that we can use, that, you know, you use, well, obviously it's for transferring it onto the thing, but it's also high heat so that you can iron on top of it. So that's why it needs to be mirrored. It's very important that you mirror it. It's almost the only thing that you have to worry about mirroring and when you're working with your ScanNCut. All right, so this is probably going to take me a while to weed. But let's go ahead and bring it up to the light so you guys can see it a little. So the tailor came out pretty good. There's a few parts where it looks a little scrap, like, you know, a little rough, but I think it's going to be okay. And this is a design from Creative Fabrica. I will go ahead and post an affiliate link for that in the bottom row, or in the description, and also links to their website, embroidery designs, some more cut files, as well as a 30% discount for their subscription services. There's a coupon code in there, so check out the description if you're interested in checking out Creative Fabrica. Because it's an affiliate situation, I don't know how it really falls, if it falls into being an ad or not. So just kind of to cover myself, this is an ad for Creative Fabrica. I'm not sure if I need to do that, and I hope you guys don't hate me for doing it, but I just, you know, everything's changing so much. So anyways, I'm going to let you go for a moment. I'm going to weed this and I'll be right back, and we will be over at the onesie and we'll put it on the onesie and it'll be so cute. Okay, see you in a sec. All right, friends, our adorable design has been weeded. It took a little bit longer than I expected because the pressure at number 3 still wasn't enough. For Sicer Easy Weed on my machine, I had to, you should, I'm not going to obviously do it again, but well, whenever I do go to cut HTV again, I will bump it up to 4 because there were parts that I had to use my X-Acto knife and cut out, which is not optimal when you have a cutting machine, but you know, it's not the end of the world either. So I went ahead and I folded it right in half so that I can know exactly where the middle was. And I'll take it from the middle of the gildan, kind of just lower it down. Actually, that's probably pretty good for a onesie. Okay, and then parchment paper. And for the Cricut Easy Press, you want to set it at 305 degrees. Oh, you can't see that. Trying to show you and you can't even see. Oh my gosh. So 305 degrees for 15 seconds, medium pressure. So I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, when I've done this in the past, that 15 seconds just isn't long enough. And I'm having a feeling with all of these little pieces that is, yeah, see, it didn't even get all the way on there. And it might have to do with me using the parchment paper, but I don't want, I'm so trained by having old dirty, an old dirty iron that I need parchment paper. Okay. But the parchment paper generally doesn't have that big of a difference in the middle. I have had to go over it a couple times in the past. And then once I am satisfactory with the peeling off of the clear, I'll go over it again one more time. And I have a friend on YouTube who says that she even goes into the back and irons it. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. Well, I guess I'll just turn it inside out. So we'll do that with this one too, once we get this on here. So even that wasn't enough. If we start to peel, it's not staying on completely. So even though I went to their website and their website says to put it on for that long, I think you still have to go over it a couple times. And also depending on your design. If it's a big fat design, it probably will be fine to peel off. But with something so intricate, it needs to adhere. So maybe usually I peel it off while it's warm, but with this design I think I'm going to let it cool off just a second, and then we'll peel it off. See how it goes. We'll peel from the bottom where it's dark and most dense. I almost can't help myself. Yeah, it's like this neuroticism, and that didn't adhere. This is really annoying. Okay, that has everything on it. It said 305 for the Fahrenheit. This is just a regular Caesar Easy Weed. Caesar. Sorry. I'm not even timing it. I'm just feeling it. Putting heavy pressure on. Because even though this is sticky, it shouldn't be stickier than your HTV onto the thing. Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating. Okay, so maybe we do just let it cool all the way. Maybe not. Maybe that actually worked. I can see his little nostril stayed in there. Oops. Okay, well it looks like it's actually coming up with the heat. So it's okay to take this guy and kind of hold it down. That piece didn't want to stick. I'm sorry that ended so abruptly. My phone ran out of room, but for some reason it let me still take pictures. So I'm really excited about that. I have a stop motion film that I'm working on my phone, and so that's what's taking up all the space, and it doesn't matter what I do, and I keep unloading things until I get that done. I'm just going to keep having this trouble, so I have to finish that up. But anyways, this is the design. I got it weeded, and I mean not weeded, I got it the plastic off of it, and I got it ironed. I went ahead and ironed it again with the parchment paper. I wanted to show you in that last picture was that I'm using a 3 to 6 month Gildan one, and I got it from Walmart, I'm sure, for like $2 or $3 in the craft section. So this is what it looks like once it's been ironed all, and I did bump up the heat to 330 degrees. And then Sin Forrest is one of the people that watches my videos on YouTube, and she gives me great tips all the time. And her tip was to turn it inside out and do it, and that just makes it all the more stable. So I went ahead and did that. I turned it inside out, and I put the Cricut Easy Press on it at 330 degrees for 15 seconds and just let it sit there. I didn't do heavy pressure on it because it was already done in the front. And this machine, this little press, you know, it doesn't do heavy pressure, but it does pretty good pressure, maybe medium pressure, you could call it. But it turned out really cute, you guys. I really love how it turned out. So once I was done ironing the back, I turned it back around and it just looks really, really crisp and clear and nice. And you can find this design on Creative Fabrica. I keep forgetting that this is a design that I bought. So anyways, because I'm so used to doing my own stuff these days, but I love this design. It is at creativefabrica.com, and I will put affiliate links in the description below. I hope you guys had fun with this. I hope it was helpful and informational. Talk to you guys later. Bye.